Welcome back to the show. The crypto markets might be down, but the news isn't. You're going to love it. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $3.48 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is off by 6.4%. Bitcoin, 97,000 plus right now. Ethereum, 3,300 plus. USD tethered to number 3 spot, 140 billion plus market cap for the moment. XRP at the number 4 spot, $2.24. We're off by 3% in the 24 and off by 8.5 on the 7-day. Look at the range of price. We dipped all the way to 197 overnight. Thank goodness I was sleeping when that happened. I would have got up and bought it. I would have bought that dip so hard. I did buy the dip, but I didn't catch it at 197. I'm a little upset about it, but nonetheless, that's where it is. Ranging up to 235. We're sitting at 224. We'll keep an eye on it. Look, I want to show you this very quickly here. Real world asset tokenization is happening right before our eyes. And before we get out of here today, I have something for you to see. And this starts right here. $11.5 trillion giant recently completed a historic municipal bond purchase through blockchain technology. Yes, that's right, BlackRock. This is absolutely remarkable here. This move is being hailed as an important moment in the growth of digital assets and the bond market. BlackRock, one of the first spot Bitcoin ETF issuers, has continued to show an active interest in blockchain technology. We know that what happened here is in April, the city of Quincy, Massachusetts issued municipal bonds on JP Morgan Chase's private blockchain-based platform. BlackRock's iShares short maturity municipal bonds active ETF, known as MIR, an actively managed fund with approximately $750 million in client assets, became the first investor to purchase, settle, and hold these securities entirely on a blockchain. The fact that BlackRock is leading real-world asset tokenization in the bond sector is enormous, ladies and gentlemen. And remember this, just yesterday, Elijah came out and said, thank you for the amazing support for our XRP Ledger TBill pool. And guess what? Thanks to your enthusiasm, it sold out in just 10 minutes. I'd say this real-world asset tokenization business has got quite a road in front of it. Stay with me. Then we saw this. I reported on the first video this morning, but I got to remind everybody if you didn't see it. The SEC has approved Hashdex, NASDAQ Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF, and Franklin CBOE Crypto Index ETF on an accelerated basis. Look, we don't even have legislation yet, and the winds are turning in our favor in a massive way here. Think of where we'll be by March, April, May, and June of next year, just 6 months from now, what this space will look like. It is remarkable, the rate and pace that this is happening. This is Matt Hogan here from Bitwise, the CIO, talking to Paul Barron. I want you to listen to this clip as he sets this up.
Specifically, it has a very vibrant community.
Talking about XRP and an XRP ETF application, which they filed.
And it has interesting and evolving use cases, rolling out stablecoins or partnership with leading financial firms. There is a lot to point to on the business development side in terms of what's going on in the XRP or Ripple community. And I think maybe it doesn't get fully reported. There are people with positive views. There are people with negative views. We understand that, but just if we can structure a low-cost, secure way to access that, we think that's an improvement for the market.
So that was a couple of months ago. So Matt clearly hit it on the head with what's been happening with not only the XRP market, the launch of Ripple USD, all of that kind of really coming to a head.
It sure is. Now listen to the gentleman from Bitwise that talks about XRP, who has an affinity for XRP, by the way.
to the topic, because the ETFs in general were a part of the policy summit that the Blockchain Association was participating in. One was a roadmap. So this is kind of first things that they think that the new administration should get to do. This was one piece right here on days 30 to 90. They were saying approve additional spot ETF applications for other digital assets. So there you got Solana, XRP, etc. First of all, do you think days 30 to 90 could actually happen where we could see a true XRP ETF?
I think at the later end of that window, we could potentially see that. Of course, I can't speak to any specific filing because Bitwise has active filings for some of these products with the SEC. But I do think more generally, in that 90-day window towards the end of it, we could see the approval of some of these products. There's no reason that we have to wait to the end of this 240-day window to approve these products like the previous SEC regime did for Bitcoin ETFs and for Ethereum ETFs.
Have you ever...
There you have that. We could be in a 90-day window to see an XRP ETF launched here in the United States. And let us not lose sight of the fact that there are XRP ETFs and ETPs around the world, just not in the U.S. yet. Now, millions of Ripple Real USD ready to hit the market after the recent launch. This is what we want to really pay attention to. And what I'm talking about is going along with the idea and understanding that we're also really close to getting stablecoin legislation, which everyone from Congress, industry leaders, they all look at it as what they call low-hanging fruit, the easy thing to get past. What will it look like on the other side of that stablecoin legislation, I ask you? Understanding that MiCA and the EU and 27 nations of the European Union have pushed out USD Tether. Now, USD Tether is still afforded a $140 billion market cap at the moment. But ask yourself what that looks like after the U.S. puts stablecoin legislation through that could, in fact, mirror the MiCA regulations here at home. Think of it for a moment. Andre Casterman, who was an advisor for XDC for a while, but his real claim to fame is when he worked at Swift for many decades. And during that time, he was one of the guys that helped pioneer the TCP/IP of the internet with Swift and the integration of it. That is who Andre Casterman is. So shout out to Andre when he says he's excited, and the RLUSD launch will be a game changer in cross-border payments. Well done, Ripple. Corporates and SMEs will be the first ones to love it. Working capital lenders will extend the faster settlement benefits to their SME clients. Think of this. Look at the amount of money and the size of the world economy. Now imagine all of their dollars tokenized. You know, the real yuan, the real USD, the real yen, right? This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Not to mention the fact, at the same time that stable coins are being put on market and on ledger to represent the different sovereign monies of the world, stable coins can also be tokenized instruments that represent barrels of oil or stocks or bonds, isn't it? This is where we're going. Stay with me. The EU's new crypto rules are forcing exchanges to drop Tether's USDT, creating chaos for traders and draining market liquidity. I say draining it from Tether, but pushing it into other highly regulated stablecoins. That's where we're going here. The rules that mandate the stablecoin listed on centralized exchanges must be issued by entities with e-money licenses. Without this license, exchanges have no choice but to drop USDT by December 30th deadline this month in just 10 days. What does the market cap look like when that hits? And what does it continue to look like after U.S. stablecoin legislation? I'm asking. Don't forget, Ripple has a license that is approved for use in the UK and Ireland after XRP was deemed not a security back in 23. They're prepared and they're ready. And not only that, remember, Société Générale, one of the largest banks in France, is announced already that they're launching a euro stablecoin directly on the XRP Ledger in 2025. So if Tether's pushed out of the EU, which it already is listed to be, and then we find out that it's treated the same way in the US, the only way to use a digital stablecoin back and forth between the US and the euro is to use a highly regulated stablecoin like the RLUSD or something else maybe like USDC, right? This is where we're at here. This is getting super exciting to me. And this is just the beginning when you're talking about, look, let's think of this for a moment here. What are we really talking about here? We're talking about the XRP Ledger, which is currently serving as an empty highway, like this, right? And the reason it looks like this right now, comparatively, and believe me, this empty highway is still running 70 billion in payment flows, by the way. But for the record, that is because we have no legislation, an ongoing, in my opinion, weaponized court case against Ripple and XRP. And after we get a busy highway where the real USD is launched, used by financial institutions because stablecoin legislation is passed, the court case is resolved, and real-world asset tokenization begins mass adoption. Utility is the next wave of Web3. Write it down. The cars and the trucks are the stablecoins and CBDCs of the world. They are the native assets on the XRP ledger. XRP is just a bridge. Write it down. Uphold real USD transactions. You see that? The XRP gas fee is tiny, but that's only $1 million once. Now do trillions of transactions, real USD sanctioned by US government law to be used before its high transparency and highly regulated status. You can see this is what it costs to move 1 million real USD, 0.00015 XRP gas fee. Now, what is going to happen to the financial world when they realize that this is the new cost to sending money around the world? I think you know the answer. And as we get ever so close, Crypto Bull 2020 says, it still looks like XRP is repeating the 2017 pattern to him. This is from yesterday. We repeated the first monthly candle from 2017, and we hit the 196 target. Next would be $6.28 for the green candle. By the end of this month, in 10 days possibly, he's saying. And if we continue to mimic and repeat the cycle of 2017, 2018, then third candle, the pink one, would put us at $40 by the end of January 2025, should they repeat from the current position we're in. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I couldn't be more excited about what's in front of us. And for the maxis of the world who make fun, let them. Their time is borrowed. And when legislation and this court case ends, all the jokes are on the maxis because the retail space is now the institutional space. This crypto space doesn't belong to us anymore. It belongs to them. And everyone will get that email once legislation and this court case is over. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.